Fuck it, man. I don't feel like waiting, man. What up? Happy Thursday. What's up? I got used to saying, what up, 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 what up? Welcome to the Wake and Bake Show, your interactive, daily Philly sports, motivation, vocabulary, gaming, philosophy show. And I'm your host, the Fancy Clown. Let me try that shit now. I just trying to go off the top, but let me try it now. Your interactive Philly sports vocabulary motivational philosophy gaming show. And I'm a fancy clown. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hopefully you got your coffees and shit. I am learning how to dose coffee, yo. That shit ain't easy. I am just learning how to like drink the amount of coffee that I need for the job to get done. Cause yesterday I had way too much coffee and I was fucking hyped for like 3 hours. I really only needed to be hyped for like 1 hour. So I was sitting here afterward watching the Pat McAfee show, like, yeah, Pat, I feel you, Pat. You right, Pat. So yeah, I'm trying my best to get a little bit more regulated when it comes to this coffee thing. But yo, man, good morning. Good to see y'all. What's up, Azor? Keep flexing on them, baby. Keep flexing on them. I'm gonna put this song on. This song is it's gonna describe my mood today because I got fucking caught up this morning. I'll explain that shit after the music. Let's go. Hopefully you got your water. Hopefully you got your smokes. Don't call me, cause I'm not trying to go. Don't hit me, just leave me. You ever just feel antisocial? Cause I'm not trying to let go. I'm bullying. I just need time to. I be in the crib like 24/8. I don't wake up too early, I don't stay up too late. Kids all on me like the ice cream man. I ain't worried about nothing except trying to feed the fam. Our bread soon, you could probably get along, but other than that, you can leave it alone. Like I said, don't call me. I'm not trying to go. Don't hit me. Just leave me alone. Don't tap in. Cause I'm not trying to let go. I'm bullying. I just need time to think. Don't call me. I'm not trying to go. Don't hit me. Just leave me alone. Don't tap in. Cause I'm not trying to let go. I'm bullying. I just need time to think. I be in the crib like 24/8. I don't wake up too early, I don't stay up too late. Kids all on me like the ice cream man. I ain't worried about nothing except trying to feed the fam. Our bread soon, you could probably get along, but other than that, you can leave it alone. Don't call me. I'm not trying to go. Don't hit me. Just leave me alone. Don't tap in. Cause I'm not trying to let go. I'm bullying. I just need time to think. All right, that's enough of that goddamn negativity, man. What's up? How y'all doing, man? Yeah, that was an emotional song. I make emotional songs. Niggas got emotions, but that's the cool thing about people. They change their mind all the time. Or maybe that's the trash thing about motherfuckers. But anyway, man, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? Like I said, I got my coffee ready. I'm trying to learn how to dose this shit. I got my water over here, which I'm gonna have to drown myself in water after this shit is over. Cause God, man, water is so amazing. And I got my smoke. I got big smoke today. Big smoke today. So all right, it's kind of weird. Like I had this whole like mindset going into this thing. Um, Let me show you the setup. That's my mic up there, hanging from the wait. Oh, there go my mic, hanging from the ceiling, wrapped around all types of shit, going down into this, which is the interface, the ashtray. Uh, that's my ring light. That's the Elgato down there. I fed the cats. Got some pills and shit. And that's my Xbox, and that's the game, and that's the TV. Cool, 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 cool. Sorry. So anyway, I came into this shit. I had a whole mind state that I was in, and I was like ready, right? I was ready, but then I ran into some information that got me upset and got me emotional. Now it's funny as shit because I be trying my best not to get emotional
and upset by things that don't affect my life directly. But man, let's get into the word of the day. Oh man, it's crazy. Like I'm in a whole different place than I expected to be on this joint. So, did I look it up even? Nope, that's the one from yesterday. Uh, enter a word. Chide. So this word, I actually just was looking through, like churlish was yesterday, so I typed in another ch today, and I was expecting the phone to tell me like to finish my thought and like suggest things once I typed in ch. But I thought of it. I was like, chide. What the fuck does chide mean? I know I heard that word a bunch of times, but I never really knew what it meant. So I was like, all right, let me go look it up. Because what I thought it meant was like coerce or to try to like pressure or push somebody into something. But apparently, nah. It means kind of the opposite. Right here it says it's a verb. So I was right about that. And it says to scold or rebuke. And it's funny because this is actually a lot shorter than the one I have written down. I have to speak out in anger or displeased rebuke. Okay? So, to chide is to rebuke something, or to speak out against something, or to scold something, right? So, I guess in the vein of what it is that I was just explaining, like, damn, I'm feeling. Indeed, chastise, chastise. Well, see, the thing about chastise is like, I feel like chastise has like the intent of disciple. By the way, what's up, King of Kings? The intent of discipline. I feel like chastisement has the intent of discipline with it, whereas chiding is really just like I just needed to let them niggas know they was wrong. You know what I mean? Let's see the examples, because I'm not saying you're wrong, but I feel like it's a slight difference in it. Um, she chided him for not replying to her letters. She chastised him for not replying to her letters. That shit could work just as well. You mustn't speak like that, she chided gently. You mustn't speak like that, she chastised gently. See, you see how there's just like a slight difference there? Um, the chide is the actual act of fucking I don't know. But you're not wrong though. You're not wrong. Look at the synonyms. Scold, chastise, upbraid, berate. See, right there, chastise. Castigate, lambaste. Yo, homie got straight lambasted. You remember that shit? That is a funny ass fucking word. Homie got lambasted, yo. Remember, yo, man, I ain't trying to wear them sneakers to school, man. They gonna lambaste me. This shit is a funny fucking word. Criticize. Means criticize harshly. But lambasted, yo. That shit is funny. Yo, don't make me start lambasting niggas out here. So, I should have made that the word of the fucking day. That's a way better word. Yeah, or base. It's really short for lambasted. Like basted. Yo, he got based. Like that's short for lambasted. I think. Um. Anyway, let me tell you what upset me today, man. Let me tell you what upset me today. I was literally looking through Twitter and my Apple News shit and Wall Street Journal for like articles to read to share with y'all motherfuckers because yesterday was like a real slow sports day. I'm gonna be honest. There was some WNBA playoffs going on, which I'm not gonna start talking about here because then I'm gonna have to keep talking about it. Which I ain't got nothing against the WNBA playoffs. It's just it's too many sports out to keep up with all of them. Phillies beat the Braves for the first time this season. Not the first game, but the first series in extra innings. So that was kind of cool. Um, I don't know. I'm not gonna talk about Kelsey. Uh, but oh, the other Kelsey said that the Eagles are on edge right now because they realized that the offense isn't clicking like it's supposed to. Bryson Stott ended like a 0 for fucking 20 by hitting a double yesterday and winning the game. So he's cold as fuck. That's terrible. Um, Buda Baker might get signed to the Eagles. It's a rumor. Who the fuck knows? But I don't care about none of that shit. I just wanted to say that shit just to get through it. Basically, I was looking for some shit to share, and guess what happened? Remy Ma. Remy Ma was trending today, and God, man, how do I explain how I feel about Remy Ma? I've liked Remy Ma for a really long time. And that's the crazy thing about these fucking celebrities. You don't want to care, right? Like, Jason Kelsey is dating Taylor Swift. I just found out Taylor Swift is from Reading. That's where I used to live. I didn't know that, but do I care? Not really. No, no. I don't really connect with that. That ain't my shit. But Remy Ma, she was fucking trending today. And what's going on is apparently she's been caught hanging out with some rapper boy who's like a battle rapper and shit, who her husband knocked out a while ago. And niggas was like, oh, that's why he knocked him out, because this bitch is hanging out with him. Infidelity. And the crazy thing about Remy Ma, and I don't know if any of y'all know who any of these people are, but I guess I'll give like a short, slight background. Remy Ma was a rapper a while ago, a long time ago. And then she shot somebody. So she got arrested and she went to jail. She was dating Papoose, who was also a rapper, who I never, ever gave a fuck about. Um, and he held her down while she was in jail, and that was like the big romantic story, right? He actually married her while she was in jail. She got out of jail after 6 or 7 years and went on a whole bunch of different platforms and did interviews. And they was like, "Yeah, damn, Remy, welcome. Good to have you back. You a hero. How was it?" And she was like, "Yo, honestly, it wasn't that bad. My nigga held me down." And that was her story. That was like her main story on everything. She was like, "My man's held me down." They was like, "Damn, so he came to visit a lot?" She was like, "Not only that, he was bringing my kids up there. He was bringing my mom up there. For my first year in there, he came up there every day." And they was like, "What?" She was like, "We got to visit every day." And he was in the city, he was in the state. So he came up there every day. And he would bring my mom up, he would bring my kids up. So they got married while she was in prison. I mean, God, come on. Is this not beautiful? Does this not make you want to drop one fucking tear? So they got married while they was in prison. And then she got out and they became like, I guess you could say like hip hop's fucking royalty couple, right? Like they had a couple of different reality shows that they flirted around with, but everything that they did was really kind of tasteful. You know what I mean? It wasn't like people wasn't like flaunting, or sorry, people wasn't like discouraging or disparaging their union. A lot of people was just like flaunting them around, like this right here is the model of what a black relationship could be, right? So a lot of people was like really appreciative of what they was doing in the community and shit, especially black folks. Uh, but me personally, I like the idea of marriage being valued again. That's just me. Niggas all got their own different opinions on shit, but that's my opinion. So I was like, damn, Remy, you got a guy, you got kids, you got shows, you back up in the fucking shit now. There was a time when she was hosting a show with Joe Budden, so it was like, damn, you working, you was on a bunch of stuff. And then recently I seen her at somebody's battle rap, and I was like, what the fuck? This is weird. And then a lot of people started a bunch of rumors saying she was dating a dude that was rapping, and the dude got knocked out by her husband a while ago. And then people were saying like, damn, I ain't seen them on each other's Instagrams in a long time. Or like Papoose, she didn't make a Father's Day post for Papoose this year. She been doing it, but she ain't do it this year. But Papoose had to make his own Father's Day post. Yo, I feel like a fucking dickhead right now talking about this shit, right? But I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna go ahead and be vulnerable to you niggas. I care about this shit. So, Papoose had to make his own Father's Day post and shit, and he posted a picture of him with his kids, and Remy wasn't even in the post. So, that's significant. So, apparently their relationship is on the rocks, and it makes me feel bad. And these celebrities don't usually get to me, but god damn it, they got me, man. They fucking got me with one. So, yeah, man. I'm going to go ahead and chide the idea that we should all be judging those motherfuckers. I wish we could stay the fuck out of their business, but we can't because we give a fuck, right? So on top of that, they put their shit out there in the world for us to like weigh in on. So yeah, I wanna speak out in anger and displeasure for infidelity, I guess you could say, and being disloyal or whatever. Because I'm not gonna sit here and say, damn, she fucked up. She ain't held that nigga down after he held her down. Because that's where a lot of people going with it. But I will keep a level head and at least say, I don't know what the fuck going on, and I'm not just gonna go blaming nobody. But I will say, it makes me sad the idea that that one couple that we had, like that one celebrity couple that black people had in hip hop culture, she had been to jail. You know what I mean? He wasn't a successful rapper. Fuck what you heard. He was never successful. But they got together, and they was married and they had a union and he adopted her kids and like they was like, you know what I mean, for 7 years. But so yeah, pray for their union and shit. I mean, that's what I was saying. I don't want to chide Remy because who knows? Maybe it's always some shit in the background. He could have fucked up first and then made her go, I'm gonna fuck up now. You know what I mean? But I will just say pray for their union because I want to see marriage. I want to see marriage like flourish, right? I want to see marriages flourish, especially when they found it on the right foundations and shit. And I feel like a nigga who held a chick down for 6 years that he couldn't like physically lay in bed with overnight. You know what I mean? Like it's probably a lot. It probably would take a lot to make that nigga leave her. I don't know. But anyway, that's my shit that was fucking with me. So now I want to tell this story about something that I was listening to a little bit earlier, and this not even on no article shit. This ain't nothing really to look up, but niggas have been saying for a long time that Jason Avant's story is crazy. And Jason Avant, if niggas don't know, Jason Avant was a wide receiver for the Eagles some years ago, about maybe 10, 15 years ago. And Jason Avant, I listen to him speak occasionally, and he speaks with like a lot of enthusiasm and happiness and shit. So I like hearing motherfuckers like that because they got like a different perspective, and they usually just their energy can be shared like through the frequencies and shit. So he the nigga that said like last year when the Eagles was winning, he the nigga that said, "Oh, we need for the Eagles to win because the crime in the city goes down when the Eagles win." And niggas was like laughing about it, and he was like, "No, seriously, they showed us a statistic when we was playing that when we lose a game, people go home and beat their wives and stuff and rob people." And it's true. So Jason Avant is the nigga that said that. But anyway, Jason Avant, he was getting interviewed recently, and I'd been hearing about how his story was serious, right, for a long time. But anyway, so I'm gonna try to like tell it, retell it best I can. So Jason Avant grew up in Chicago. His pop was locked up from when he was born, and his mom wasn't around. I think she was on drugs or something like that. So he was getting raised by his grandmom, but his grandmom was like, he was like, my grandma was a good woman who lived in a terrible neighborhood. So she tried to take in a lot of people and take care of a lot of people. So he was raised with like 14 people in the crib, and all of them was different ages and into different shit. And grandmom, she wasn't regulating everything. The only thing she was really just praying for everybody and cooking and shit. So he was like, yeah. So she kept me with her as much as possible. So like, whole time my brothers and sisters, my cousins and everybody selling drugs. They all gangsters. They gangster disciples. I'm going to church with her, but I'm still coming back home and going out being a gangster disciple with them. So he was saying like she put hands on him every night and kept praying like, Lord, bring him out of this. Like, give him a talent that'd get him away from all of this stuff. So he was saying he fell in love with basketball because something happened where their house got taken from him. He was like back in Chicago at the time. If your house got raided by the police 3 times, then it was like eligible to go up on auction or whatever. So my grandma, I'm trying to avoid that. We got our house raided twice. So before the third time, she just sold it. So that scattered everybody around, and it was real bad for some people. It was real good for some people. She was like, but she took me with her. And he was like, and in that neighborhood, that's where I started playing basketball. I learned to play basketball. And so in that neighborhood, nigga fell in love with basketball, and he went to go try out for the team at his school. And the coach of the team, and this is Chicago in the '90s, so he was like, "Yo, basketball was popping." This was like the mecca of basketball back then. So he was like, I started playing with the neighborhood kids, started playing basketball, and everybody was so good at it that it was fascinating to me. And not only that, like there was the old heads in the neighborhood who was like coaching kids up because they was good at it. So he was like, I was getting coached up in basketball in the streets. Meanwhile, I'm still holding guns for my cousins. I'm still dropping off packages and shit, so on and so forth. My grandma, I'm laying hands on me every night. So he was like, he went to go try out for the basketball team, and the coach for the basketball team was also the coach for the football team. And he was like, he was tired of having like 500 niggas trying out for the basketball team, but then the football team, whoever show up, basically getting on the team. So he was like, listen, Jason, you're great, but in order to make this team, I'm gonna need you to play football too. So Jason was like, damn, he didn't really want to do it. He was a smaller kid, but he was the dude signed him up to be like a linebacker or something. So he was like, all right, first drill, your job is this is the fullback. He's gonna run through this hole. I need you to. I don't know the terminology as well because it's football. They be saying all types of shit. Jumbo splits wide, right, bunch. So he was like, I need you to stay with him. He was like, and I need you to fall out and then tackle him. And he was like, this dude stiff armed me. Then he knocked me to the floor. Then he hit me. He was like 10 straight times I bounced off of this dude. And I was like, you know what? Your mom. I'm going home. Why am I doing this? This don't make no sense. Why am I just bumping and bouncing off a ball? Makes total sense. Niggas is hypnotized by the sports. Not to mention wages and bets and wives trying to chide they husband. Exactly, exactly. Especially when you come home after a L. Like, bro, you wasn't here yesterday, bro. I shared a real sad story about how this dude got killed at this Patriots game on Monday. It was a Dolphins fan there, and they was in Massachusetts. They was in Patriots land, and the Dolphins fan just hauled off on him. Nigga got hit, I think one time, hit the ground, died, dead. 53 years old, season ticket holder for 30 years. So that shit was routine for him. He showed up to his seats that he continued to show up to on a regular basis. His wife was like, yo, he was a good man. He had 2 kids. He was like such a positive guy. So of course, I ain't gonna say boy ain't do shit. Maybe he was talking some shit. Who knows? But the nigga died that night. He got dressed. He got excited. He packed his bag. You know what I'm saying? He took pictures. He was smiling, and he went out and he fucking died that night and didn't come home because he wanted to go see some football. Now, I mean, there's more to the story, but that's all I got to report. That's the only truth that was like let out into the media. So with that said, I'm not gonna say football is to blame for the nigga dying, but I'm gonna say people get overly emotional about a lot of shit, man. People be wildin', right? So I don't know, but some niggas going to jail from that night on a Monday night. Some niggas going to jail for a long time, and then some other nigga. Oh wait, that was the other thing. The last article that I read when I first reported it, I was like, yo, all the footage that I seen, nobody actually caught the angle of the ball who hit him. But then they said they did. So my first thing I was gonna say was somebody got away with murder. Somebody got away with murder that night. That's crazy. Somebody got away with murder in front of 40,000 people. That's crazy. That's what I was gonna say. But then I saw that they actually released like who the bull was. Not his identity exactly, but they know who he was that hit him. But at the end of the last article that I read last night, they said that no charges was filed. So somebody probably did get away with murder. But either way, that's a goddamn senseless tragedy, man. It really is. So what was I talking about? So yeah, back to the Avant shit. So coach said he had to sign up for football. He was like, fuck that. So he said at the time his dad was calling him every day from jail, right? So he was like, my grandma's praying for me. So apparently, I don't know what happened. The coach must have called my grandma, and my grandma was like, Jason, why are you giving up? So I'm like, whatever, grandma. I ain't trying to hear that. I'm trying to hoop. I don't care about that football stuff. I'm trying to hoop. So my dad calls me, and my dad's like, Jason, don't be giving up. So he's like, how do you even know? So apparently my grandma must have talked to my dad before my dad talked to me. So all the pressure. So I go back to practice the next day, even though I didn't want to. And that day he set me up to be a cornerback. So he explained, all right, listen, today your job is different. It's just like basketball. You stay with this guy, keep him next to you, and then when the ball comes, you swat it out the air or catch it, whatever you want. Just don't let him catch it. He's like, all right. And if you do catch it, tackle him, right? So he's like, all right, I think I can do that. He was like, dog, that day, every time they threw to me, I caught an interception. And he was like, it was on since then. And then from that point, he said people started noticing he had natural talent. So they was like, well, damn, why don't you play wide receiver too since you got some hands? So he played wide receiver too, and he started catching fucking touchdowns. So this nigga was lining up on both sides of the ball. Didn't even like football, right? Lining up on both sides of the ball. So found out that he could have opportunities to him, and his grandma knew he could have some opportunities. So she started trying to get him going to these camps. So it was one particular camp that he was trying to go to, but the nigga ain't had no money for the camp. So one of the coaches from his football team was basically like, all right, listen, I'm gonna drive you up there and I'm gonna drop you off and just go work out, see what happened. It's not like they're gonna send you home. You ain't nowhere near that, and I'm gonna come pick you up at the end of the day type shit. So he drove up there and he was like, yo, my grandma's still laying hands on me every night. So he went up there, they let him practice. He did great. At that camp, he connected with this other boy, this white boy who was a quarterback. So as soon as the quarterback threw it to him one time, they had an instant connection. Immediate chemistry. Them niggas had like 15 touchdowns in that camp. over that whole time. They even had to tell the quarterback, boy, hey man, stop throwing it to just Jason, man. We already know y'all can work. So the when the camp was over, the white boy, yeah, I mean, you know what it is? People get fanatical about shit, right? Now I know you would probably use the word zealous, right? Overzealous. But people get fanatical and overzealous about shit, and that's when they lose their wits, right? And it's not even that these things be nonsense. It's just that the way we react to them be nonsense reactions. You know what I mean? Like for instance, if the wrong nigga get elected for president, right? And we know, damn, this is really going to touch us over this next 4 years. This is going to touch our finances. This is going to touch our family and all of that shit. And we get upset. You guess what? We might have a right to be indignant. We might have a right to be upset. But once a nigga become fanatical and overzealous, now you bringing problems that you wouldn't actually had, or now you're creating problems that you wouldn't actually had. Or as I've heard other people say, yo, you're not taking the proper channels, man. You got to go through the proper channels with that, which is you got to channel that anger the right way, bro. Like, you can't just be out here wilding in the streets because you ain't get your way. You can't be throwing tantrums like, nigga, write the mayor, or nigga, go to Senate, or whatever the thing is. I ain't a political boy like that, but you got to go through the proper channels for these things, especially for the outlet of the anger thing, man. I asked my homie how he felt about therapy yesterday, and he was like, therapy for me. I went to school for psychology, for those that don't know. So I always have looked at talking to people as a remedy for lots of things. You know what I mean? Communication as a remedy for lots of things. I've always seen it that way. But I've never been to therapy. I ain't never had a psychologist or whatever. Even when I was studying psychology, like, I fell out of love with it because of the psychiatric aspects of it, which is the drugs, the the prescriptions and shit. Because I always felt like most issues you can work through just through time, through habits. You know what I mean? Through different approaches, being systematic about shit. But like once you start like giving niggas drugs and not giving them the opportunity to work on shit, it's kind of like giving a nigga a liposuction instead of taking him to the gym. Like, wait, maybe he's good at walking, maybe he's good at running and jumping. You never know. So it's like give a nigga an opportunity to work on some shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. So anyway, back to the Jason Avant story. So the kid that he was making a good connection with, this kid's name was Mike or whatever. The kid was like, "Yo, we gonna go to the Michigan camp. Like, I'm going to the Michigan camp next week. You gonna be there? You gotta be there." So he was like, I don't got no money for that. I don't think I'm gonna be there, bro. But it was good meeting you. This was fun." So the kid's mother, the kid Mike's mother, actually called Jason's grandmother and was like, "Yeah, Jason's really talented. Why won't he be going to that camp or whatever?" So the grandmom, I don't know. He said he ain't even really know the background specifically, but he knew that the grandmom ended up telling him, "Yo, you going to that Michigan camp?" And he said that whole thing got paid for. His room, his board, his food for every day, for the whole 4 days or whatever. Everything got paid for by that kid's mother. And that's crazy. So he went to the Michigan camp. He fucking killed it. He balled out of control. So on the way back, the kid's mother was saying, "So Jason, they was in a car. The kid was asleep or whatever. She was saying, Jason, did you make the team? Or did they give you a scholarship? Because that's what it was for. It was for college. So it was like, did they offer you a scholarship?" And he was like, "Yeah, I actually got offered a scholarship. It's crazy. I don't know what to do. I wasn't even thinking about going to college." So she was like, "Yeah, I just want you to say that, like, God showed his favor on you, and that he put you in, what she say? She said that he created some shit. He created an opportunity where there was no opportunity, and he put you in a place that you whatever. The case is, she paid for him, and then let him know that she did it because she felt like God wanted her to do it, and then she told him that Michael, her son, did not get the scholarship. So that shit was wild. And then the interview that I was listening to with Jason Avant, the boy who was interviewing, I felt like he was a little bit immature to be like a 60, 50-year-old man or whatever, but he just kept going, "Wow, so what kind of drugs did you sell? And have you ever been shot at personally? I heard you tell a story one time about how you had to resuscitate someone in your family. Was that more than once? How old were you?" And he got into a little bit more of the stories and the pictures and shit. But I ain't really. That wasn't the part that got me. The part that got me was, it's fucking crazy because I found the story motivational and I found it inspirational. But I found it motivational and inspirational not because of like Jason was like, yo, I tried super hard and I got there. You know what I mean? Like I wrote down a goal and I worked every day and I achieved that shit. It wasn't like that, bro. This story was the complete opposite of that. So it's kind of weird for me to figure out why am I so inspired by this shit? Stop telling me about 2K, man. Yeah, like why is this shit so inspiring to me? So I was kicking that around for a minute. I actually even called my homie and was like, "What this do for you? And why did it do that for you?" And I still don't know. I haven't figured it out why that story's so inspiring to me. But I think I will say it comforts me to know that if it's meant to be, it's gonna happen. That comforts me. That comforts me. It also comforts me to know that his grandmom was able to will him. You know what I mean? Niggas say if there's a will, there's a way. She was able to will his ass out of the hood and out of the violence and the gangs and shit. And he was explaining later like how his best friend, before he even went away to college, his best friend got shot in the back of the head. His other best friend went to prison for the rest of his life. So he was like, shit, wasn't much else left for me. I got lucky. And I mean, shout out to anybody who can recognize that, in their life. Recognize favor, a little bit of luck, a little bit of grace, the hand of God, whatever. Shout out to anybody who could be like, yo, I don't even know how I got here, but man, thank you. I'm happy to be here. Shout out to anybody for that. Like, grateful. I think grateful is the best thing you can be. That's what I've been hearing, and that's what I've been feeling lately. I think in any situation, wherever you go, whatever you're dealing with, grateful is the best thing you could be because that's the foundation. That's the starting point to working toward the rest of the shit. That's what I feel. So, shout out to Jason Avant. Yo, you got anything to say about this, King of Kings? Did this strike you in any way? Because I was looking at it, I was like, maybe it's just a some type of mutation. Maybe they was born next to like a chemical factory or something. Maybe their parents ate like way too many hot Cheetos or something. You know, that's kind of where I was at with it. Now, as far as like being hailed as a reincarnation of some shit, that is what it is. New York Post, they're not known for being really reputable. Newsweek, I don't think they are either, but let's see what's popping. 26 fingers and toes, unusual. Extra fingers and toes are a result of a genetic condition called polydactyly. That's what my cat got, yeah. My cat got that. Um, Most common hand abnormalities present at birth, but usually only one hand is affected, making this particular case quite rare. My homie's brother has this as well. There is no harm, side effect, or condition of the body. Bam, there you go. They put that shit mad cut and dry. They wasn't talking about no goddess or nothing like that. I like that. That was cool as hell. See, they just presented the facts. That's the kind of articles I like to read. They let me go crazy with my imagination on my own. His obedience and consistency granted God's will to play out that way. Just your thought. His consistency and obedience. Word. I mean, he was still dealing drugs and shit at the same time, though. So, I mean, I might not have highlighted that, but he definitely was still gangbanging and dealing drugs at the same time. But niggas asked him also, like, well, what made you choose that lifestyle? Like, you wanted the shoes, you wanted the girls, you wanted the money. He was like, nah, man, I was just born into that shit. Everybody that was older than me was doing that shit, so I felt like that was what I was doing. You know? They was like, yo, you down? I was like, I'm down. And it was funny because I was like, damn, that's a dumb question. Like, if you got if you got a baby born in a Muslim household, you ain't gonna ask, how'd you become a Muslim? No, you ain't gonna be like, so did you wanted to reap the benefits of what Allah had to offer? No, you're gonna be like, oh, his parents was a Muslim, he a Muslim. It's crazy. It's a crazy question. His parents is a gangbanger, niggas a gangbanger. I don't know. It just seems funny. Um, Utah tops the list as the happiest state to live in. Utah. 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 When's the last time somebody said, yo, I'm getting the fuck out of here? I gotta go to Utah, bro. This shit is fucked up. I ain't never heard that in my life, bro. I'm being honest. So, Utah. I do these studies because Philadelphia topped this list in 2017, I believe. So, I be doing these studies every once in a while just to see where a nigga might want to get the fuck out of here and go. Because this city is not cheap to live in. Mm. Based on happiness. I want to know what they rank happiness based on, though. So let's see. Wallet Hub ranked it based on happiness. Taking, I don't want the story at a glance. Do I want the story at a glance? All right. Taking the top spot, Utah scores 69 points out of the possible 100. Behind Utah or Hawaii? Utah is better than Hawaii, my nigga. All right, you know what they got? Oh, niggas, I'm short. you know, you know what they got? You know what they got in Utah? They got mad Mormons and shit. They got a whole lot of Mormons, and Salt Lake City is a dry city. They don't even have alcohol in that city, the capital of Utah. So it's actually a super duper religious state, bro. And it's not a Christian state, it's a super religious state. So that's ironic as fuck to me, man. All right, Utah ranked first among states with the highest rates of happiness and new wallet. Come on, man, give me facts. I want facts. Support these things you're telling me. The least happy state was West Virginia. Yo, get the fuck out of West Virginia, dog. The rest fell short of 60 points. The study draws upon a wide range of data, divided into 30 relevant metrics into three categories: emotional and physical well being, work environment, communities and environment. The first category contains half of the 30 metrics, which is emotional and physical well being, while the latter two categories each contain 15 metrics. Okay. So, based on how your community and your environment is around you, based on how your work life is, and based on your emotional and physical well being, they seem like pretty universal factors to consider. Niggas wasn't talking about gas prices, they was talking about more concrete things, I guess. All right, so I popped this up because when I looked it up, it was two articles that I could have possibly read. But it seems like this one says the exact same shit. Let's see. It does. So far, it does. The state has been one of the fastest growing states since 2000, according to the Atlantic. 2020 U.S. Census showed it had the fastest population growth in the U.S. That's because all the Mormons, them niggas be having like 7 wives and like 15 kids, bro. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying that's what they be doing. Um, I, I think, right? Allegedly. I don't want to get sued by a Mormon. The 2020 U.S. Census showed it had the fastest population growth in the U.S. since 2010. The rapid growth is partly due to Utah's becoming a rising star in the tech industry, with companies like Arctic Wolf and Adobe. Ooh, Adobe's based out of there. Okay, here's a complete list, in case anyone was wondering. You got Utah, you got Hawaii, you got Maryland, which is crazy. That's crazy to me. I think. Oh, I was looking into Maryland, and they said Maryland is because of the harbor. They said Maryland is like the biggest boating capital in the country. So, because of Annapolis's harbor and niggas going boating and sailing and shit, and how happy that makes people, motherfuckers love the boat, yo. So that makes Maryland a wonderful place to live, and I imagine Hawaii has just as much boating available as well. But let's see. Hawaii is number two happiest state. You ain't gotta tell me why Hawaii's happy. It is also home to the capital city, Honolulu, which is ranked the second most expensive city in the U.S. to be happy in. Honolulu is the most visited city in the U.S. according to the World Atlas. Maryland rounds out the top three. Cool. They see. It's crazy to me that these niggas can't give me more facts as to why Utah is so fucking special. See, it makes me wonder whether it's really special or whether they trying to make that shit special. Like, now I want to go to Utah because I read this article. Meanwhile, there's nothing there. Who knows? I don't know. I'm just a natural skeptic, dog. I'm just a natural skeptic. Um, shit, we have 43 already. Let's see. Oh shit, I got one more sports thing I wanted to talk about. So Mahomes got paid again, man, and that's fucking cool. I think that's cool. Cause he's the best in the league, so he should be getting paid like he's the best in the league. But what's all right? So what's controversial about it is he got paid a lot, but he took a team friendly deal a couple of years ago. So the fact that he renegotiated is not that common because this is really early for him to renegotiate because he signed like a 10-year contract. So he renegotiated after like 2 years. But he renegotiated to up his salary again, which is crazy. But there was literally two people on his team. One, Travis Kelsey was complaining about not getting paid enough. He was saying earlier this year, like literally this summer, he was saying how like he look at niggas like Tyreek, because Tyreek left the Chiefs to go play for the Dolphins. Tyreek left to go make 40 mil. Meanwhile, Kelsey stayed there and is making 12 mil, staying there. And Kelsey is the best at his position in the league. Tyreek is probably the best at his position in the league as well. I mean, it's more debatable with him. But with Kelsey, it's not debatable at all. But Kelsey literally gets paid like a third of what Tyreek gets paid. So Kelsey is like, damn, I feel like I'm getting taken advantage of sometimes. Like he wouldn't have said that shit in like a magazine or some shit. But then he showed up to practice and he kept balling. Patrick, meanwhile, renegotiated over the summer, is getting paid the most in the NFL again. And while that's all happening, you got Chris Jones. Is Chris Jones has been holding out for like I think like probably a month or two now. He didn't show up to any of the camps, the mini camps, the OTAs. He didn't play any preseason games, and he missed the first game. But he just got paid, and he was holding out so he could get paid. And the whole time he was holding out, Travis was like, Chris, they was on a podcast, they was in the media, they was all over the place. Chris, we want you back, man. We're trying to win another Super Bowl with you. Travis was saying that. Patrick was saying, hey, Chris, I'm not gonna get into any of that stuff. You know, a man's business is a man's business, but love to see you back, bro. Can't wait to have you back. You know what I'm saying? Hit me up if anything. Meanwhile, Patrick is renegotiated. So it's a funny story there, man. I think it's a funny dichotomy. Chris is like literally holding out because he has to, and Patrick is renegotiating. He took a team friendly deal, but he's renegotiating, which is like, is it team friendly anymore? I don't know. It's fucking hilarious. But I think the idea that these niggas is free agents. Who ain't happy? Who? Hawaii? Nah, I know. I ain't want to bring that up. I know. Prayers for all of that shit. Um, but no, like fucking Patrick is getting paid like he should, but meanwhile Travis is not getting paid like he should. Chris just held out to get paid like he should. Tyreek rolled the fuck out to get paid like he should. So I think the true lesson here, and I don't know, I could be wrong, but what I'm flirting at is in your employment, wherever you do, wherever you work for, you gotta try your best to know your value and be able to stand on that shit and negotiate that shit because niggas will take a fucking advantage of you. Like for instance, the other day I moved some furniture for somebody, right? They had this furniture in their car and they needed it moved to a door. They was parked in a spot. They asked me to move the furniture. I looked at them and I said, absolutely, but could you do me a favor and park in this spot that's closer to where you need this furniture moved to? And they was like, damn. And I was like, wait, is it you who are going to be carrying this shit up the street or is it me? All right, well, help me out a little bit and fucking make my distance a third of what it should be. They didn't want to do it. They complained about how the spot is too small. You know what I did? I walked up to the fucking spot and I measured that bitch in motherfucking sidewalk, what do they call? Like, tiles? In the sidewalk tiles. I measured that shit. I was like, 1, 2, 3. This joint 4.5. They was like, with that one bigger. I was like, that one is actually only 4. Look. Bang, bang, bang. This joint bigger. Get in this spot. Help me. So here go the thing. I don't think that they was biased toward any spot. I think they was biased toward their opinion. And I think sometimes people just be wanting to be right and shit. Sometimes not even for the sake of anything but just winning an argument, man. For niggas' pride's sake, right? Niggas don't want to look stupid. But my whole thing is niggas will have you break your fucking back rather than be proven wrong. or look stupid. So you got to go out here and make sure you don't get your back broke over no bullshit, bro. Seriously, like on some real shit. Cause I'm going to try the motherfucker as much as I have to make sure that I'm not getting taken advantage of or getting my back broken over no bullshit. Cause I'm generous enough. I give enough. I'm kind enough. My work ethic is fucking impeccable. But if a nigga want more than that, we got to talk about it. We got to negotiate that shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, look at yourself like a free agent, man. Not a free agent. I'm sorry, wrong term. Look at yourself like a contracted uh what do you call it? It's not an employee. What is it, like a contracted worker? Contracted agent. I think agent is the right word. Yeah. Look at yourself like a contracted agent. And you only gonna get paid what you ask for. Ain't that shit crazy? That's how it is though. You only gonna get paid what you demand. And you only gonna get what you go out there and fucking either hold out for or negotiate for. But you can't be like Travis Kelsey and just take the shit and just be okay with it. Cause then that's what you'll have. And then you're gonna be on fucking GQ and on your podcast talking about, damn, sometimes I feel like I'm getting taken advantage of. Cause that shit made me ask a bunch of questions a couple of months ago. Like I started off by saying, hey yo, this is Jason Kelsey's position. This nigga took half the money he could have made to win rings. Would you do that? Would you take a career where you got mad accolades and everybody respects you for the position you play and make $5 million? Or would you rather make 15, $20 million and just be a guy who's good at your position but never went to the Super Bowl? You know what I'm saying? Never won a ring. Probably never had the opportunity to go to the Hall of Fame because, you know, you're winning and shit. Shit like that. You ask me, I'm going to think about it. But some people answer very quickly and say, no, I'm going to take them rings. Some people answer very quickly and say, no, I'm going to take that money. But Jay didn't, he said subcontracting. Jay didn't win awards, did he? You talking about Jay-Z? Jay-Z? He didn't start winning awards until Hard Knock Life. Hard Knock Life was like his first hit single. But when, like, in the grand scheme of things, he don't really got no hit singles. Like, I think New York. Excuse me, had to burp. I hate that song anyway. The Alicia Keys, John. That song, that is the biggest hit I think to date. Um, so yeah, he ended up making that album with Linkin Park to try to sell records. He was never like a pop icon superstar. Drake broke everything he ever did. Like Drake pretty much is more successful in every facet of music. I don't think he ever won a Grammy. Jay-Z won a Grammy? I don't know. Let's look it up. I don't think that nigga ever won no Grammy. Jay-Z. See, he played the game differently though. He played the game different. I think he went for the money. I don't think he went for the accolades. Jay-Z. Uh, accolades? List of awards and nominations. That's good. 2018, he got an ADC award. I don't know what the fuck that is. He got an African American Film Critics Association award for something I've never seen or heard of. He got a AIC. I don't know what none of this is. Let me look for shit that I recognize. AICP. See, I think this nigga discovered half of these companies just so he could give himself these awards. I'm telling you. American Music Award. Okay, that's something I've heard of. 2000. Favorite rap hip hop artist. He won that, John. Okay. In 2000. And then he won in 2009. Favorite rap slash hip hop artist. Cool. Won for Crazy in Love featuring Beyonce. That's an ASCAP award. I don't really care about the ASCAP awards. BET awards. Do that matter to you? It don't really matter to me either. BET hip hop awards? No, none of that matters. Fucking AI got a BET award, my nigga. None of that matters. LeBron got BET awards. All right, I see Billboard. Okay, Billboard. R&B albums artist of the year, 1998. Okay, he won a Billboard. 99. Cool. We got three of those. Nigga, for Fiesta. Fiesta. Exactly. Those shits don't mean nothing. Alright, the Carters won an award. Alright, Billboard touring. Black Rio. Alright, I'm gonna just start skipping past shit. Let's go to Grammy, because we ain't gonna see nothing. A GLAAD Award. That's the Gay and Lesbian Alliance Against Defamation. He won one for Smile. And he. Whatever. I don't know what that means. Vanguard Award. I guess just being Vanguard. Grammys. He got Grammys. Look at that shit. Hard Knock Life, like I said. Best Rap Album. Okay. And then he got one for the Blueprint for Crazy in Love with Beyonce. We gonna have to say that that's a joint award. I'm not giving him full credit for that one. And then Best Rap Song Collaboration. He won for, I don't know if they saying he won that shit for Crazy in Love or Frontin', but I'm pretty sure he ain't win no Grammy for Frontin'. Even though it's a damn good song. I love that song. Every time your name was brought up, I would act all nonchalant in front of an audience. Alright, 99 Problems. Rap solo performance. He won a Grammy for 99 Problems. Alright, he won one for the Linkin Park shit. Look at him. Won one for Umbrella. He was on Umbrella? Okay, whatever. Mr. Carter with Lil Wayne. Damn, he got all these Grammys. Wait a minute. These Grammys, right? Grammy Awards. Damn, he got all these Grammys for fucking Death of Autotune and Run This Town. That's the Kanye award right there. Alicia Keys, Empire State of Mind. Yeah, he got that. That's what I was saying before. On the next one. On to the next one. On to the next one. I don't even know what that song sounds like. Umbrella is his album. What? No. He do got a verse on that joint, cause he be like, I'm resting this down. Don't he? Yeah. He be like, he do got a verse on there, cause I ain't even remember him being on that song. Okay. Yeah, this nigga got Grammys like a motherfucker. That's what's up. Non-competitive awards. Salute to Industry Icons Award. All right, I'm done with that. He got a lot of Grammys, man. I'd have never known. I don't know how you count these though. Like I don't know if this, like this right here, best rap song collaboration. Oh no. Okay, no, I understand these. These is all Grammys. This nigga got a lot of Grammys, bro. 24 awards from 88 nominations. Shit, man. I'm surprised. Sometimes you could do both, maybe. I don't know. Fuck the lesson. Where's the lesson in that, man? Yeah, Run This Town. That's a Kanye song. That's a Kanye and Rihanna song. Don't nobody play Run This Town for Jay-Z. I mean, I assume. Yeah, man. That's wild. But yeah, that is a Jay-Z song. Run This Town is a Jay-Z song, but I'm saying I give credit to Kanye and Rihanna for making that a big song. Oh, you know what I'm saying? The beat. But all that shit was hot because of not Jay-Z. And I don't even like that song. I never even played that song in my life. All right, what's this say? It's time to get out of here almost. Oh yeah, these is quotes. I was like, all right, so basically what happened was I found my quote yesterday by accident. I was just watching some shit and this nigga said, "The dream is free, but the hustle is sold separately." Let that sink in. Now, let's apply that to the Jason Avant story, right? The dream, his grandmama gave him that. But the hustle, he still had to show up for. Mm-hmm. Hustle not included. The dream is free. You could dream all you want, baby boy. Which is crazy because I always thought vision was a skill or a talent or a gift. To have vision, to see shit. This nigga been inviting me to play Red Dead Redemption for the last fucking week. Like, I'm not kidding, bro. For the last week, this nigga been inviting me to play Red Dead Redemption. I have not played Red Dead in like over a year. Over a year. I don't even have that shit installed. But you know what though? I ain't gonna lie. I fuck with Bull because Bull, he be having like Red Dead gangs, and it's always different niggas in the gang. Like if I was to show up to this shit, it would be 12 niggas going around riding hard for each other. So I give him that. He's consistent as shit with his leadership. I ain't talked to the nigga in a year, but I'm still down with that gang. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's how it works. Yeah, consistency. Absolutely. So his hustle is sold separately. I give him that. That's funny. That's funny. That's good timing. Shout out to the boy Neil Bus. Um, but yeah, Tyree said that. But I was kind of like iffy on that, John. I was like, it's cool and all, and I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna say it for the rest of my life, but I want something profound. So I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and look for some shit. Plus, yesterday I had kind of a short episode, so I was like, damn, I was kind of afraid today was gonna be that way as well. The truth will set you free, but first it will make you miserable. Okay, let's go, James Garfield. Um, do not pray for easy lives. All right, I'm gonna say J. Okay. Do not pray for easy lives. Pray to be stronger men. I've heard that before. Great lives never go out; they go on. Benjamin Harrison. I think he might have been a nigga that died in office. I'm not sure. Um, there's good in everybody. Boost. Don't knock. Oh, that's pretty cut and dry. I like that. I like words like that. Boost, nigga. Don't knock. It's not bad. That's not bad. Be patient and calm. No one can catch a fish with anger. Huh. Huh. Oh, that reminds me. So yesterday I read this quote, right? I think I'm gonna end it on this. So yesterday I read this quote and I was really fucking into this quote, bro. It was the one some men go fishing all their lives before they realizing that it's not the fish that they're after. Right? I read that John yesterday and I thought I understood it completely. I was like, damn, am I fishing? I don't want to be out here fishing. I don't want to be out here focused on the wrong shit, you know? Before realizing that, damn, what I wanted was a product of what I thought was going to be accomplished with that shit that I was doing. But realized I was wasting my time with the shit that I was doing, right? That's how I seen the quote. That's how I understood the quote. My nigga, I read that shit to my nigga and he was like, damn, that shit make me want to go fishing. I was like, why you say that? He was like, because like fishing is so fucking, it's so much shit that you get from fishing besides catching fish. Like you can go fishing all day, not catch shit, and very rarely is the shit that you catch the highlight of the fishing trip. Fucking profound. Meanwhile, I was looking at the quote and I was like, I could have put anything in there for fishing. I could have put some men go to Acme all their lives before realizing it's not the Acme they're after. You know what I mean? I could have put anything in there. I wasn't thinking about fishing, but nigga actually was like, no, fishing. It says something about fishing and speaking to fishing. So that's crazy. So that shit just reminded me, man. You gotta share with people more, man, because motherfuckers got crazy perspectives, yo. You never know what niggas be thinking. You really don't. So, but you gotta let them talk though, too. You gotta give them time to say what they want to say. Yeah, exactly. They have to save a lot, man. Some niggas be after cousins. I ain't seen cousins in a minute. I'm saying some niggas be after cousins, man. But with all of that said, man, I appreciate y'all coming and hanging out and shit. And if you haven't already, drop me a follow. You can go over to YouTube, subscribe to a Fancy Clown on YouTube. All these videos get reposted. You can check me out streaming with Practice Needed most evenings. Some evenings, I'm sorry, not most. Some evenings. I think tonight may be one of those evenings. On the gaming shit. And you can follow the TRN podcast on Twitter for some cool and insightful tweets and shit. Also a lot of good sports takes. And lastly, you can check out TRN Podcast on Apple, Spotify, or any of those digital streaming platforms, because that shit's fire. With all of that said, man, y'all be good. I appreciate y'all hanging out. And till tomorrow, bright and early, 10 o'clock. Be great on purpose, right? Peace.
Can't be me. Matter of fact, you can't even take my life. So many demons on life these days. Everything I think about, I feel three ways. Seems like lately it's so hard to behave. Don't hit me up unless you're ready to repay. So many girls, I ain't trying to be safe. Trying to help the people gon' get me slayed. Get a Spotify, find a new DJ. Just cause of you, got new keys made. So many demons in my life these days. Everything I think about, I feel three ways. Seems like lately it's so hard to behave. Don't hit me up unless you're ready to repay. So many girls, I ain't trying to be safe. Trying to help my people gon' get me slayed. Get a Spotify, find a new DJ. Just cause of you, got new keys made. Everything you took from the old me. I inspired you, I was your OG. Trying to see you win, that's what drove me. But real talk broke Cosby. Now I'm getting kicked out the party. Texas to my hip like sorry. Texas to my ex like where are we? These niggas fake like Barbie. These niggas fake like Ken. These niggas not real men. These niggas talk a lot of love shit. Then turn right around and do some fuck shit.